Yo, what up, homies? I gotta eat something today, so we'll see what's up. I deleted a bunch of YouTubers from my list that are just not popular. I don't watch them anymore, so I don't subscribe to them. Just a ton of YouTubers I don't really want to chill with, you know? Lots of liars and snakes. And bullies too, like really, like people who have no life and they're just complete bullies, right? Complete welfare recipients, you know, ability to go and get something done. No back pain, no neck pain, no this or that pain. And they just sit there like lumps and they're like 20, you know, 22, 20, whatever, 35, right? And there's like all these different age groups on YouTube of complete lumps. So I want to make sure we only chill with bosses, you know? If you're not giving her 10, 12, 14 hours a day, if you know got 16 different hobbies, don't bother coming around here. No wonder you're bored all the time. Holy. If you spend all day talking about other people instead of getting stuff done, you're not welcome here. Do a bunch of unboxings right away. I don't know, my pewter froze up on me. Like a pewter like this is not supposed to be freezing up. There you go, that's what I'm looking for. But why did my pewter freeze up? Oh, I had a lot of actions going on there. I had a lot of happening. This should just pop us right on here. So, click here. Yep. Perfect. So, now everything is adjusted perfectly as if I was a really nerdy gamer. You know what I mean? What is this? By clicking accept, I acknowledge that I have read and agreed to. What happened? It's like we did. Is this. What is going on? I read her. I think I acknowledge. Jeez. What is this? Would you look at that? I thought that was P. Diddy for a second. When you see it faded, it kind of reminds me of P. Diddy with those dark shades. He don't want you seeing his eyes. His reptilian eyes. Like, don't get it flustered. Diddy is a creeper because there's that video of what he did to that chick in the hotel, right? So Diddy is absolutely a creeper. And also don't get it twisted. There was some weird stuff going on at Diddy's house. You go check out some of these videos. There's like a woman sitting behind a desk. And she's like, and there's big boys. There's big players in the room. There's that big fat guy. Man, it doesn't even matter. I hate rappers. You know, the more I learn about rappers, the more I think rappers are completely in on it. They know. And to the ones that don't know, they're minions, right? You never earned an IQ. Another thing I can't stand is comedians, right? You get a comedian, he goes on TV, he's not even funny, but they give him a TV show. Name any person on a TV show right now that is on a late night show, they're not funny. But what they do is they're reading a script written by a politician for the other side, for the left wing of the devil, for the right wing of the devil, and it meets in the middle at the horns, right? So I don't know. I don't like politicians. I'm not against. I don't dislike any specific person, but I don't like politicians in general. I don't like business people. I don't like people who are in corporations who steal from everybody every day. Let's say I want you to understand something. If the world let put $1 billion, put $100 million in the middle of a circle, right? And you give all the corporations, all the business people, the majority of that money, and you get pennies to spread around between your communities, right? Well, they live in their high towers and they're free parking and their $77,000 a year bonuses, and they got 22% a year of their yearly income they put into investments, but their company matches it, right? Where do you think all this money comes from? Where do you think? So it's off the backs of the people who work in the bottom of the building, right? So they have to come to work every day, be tired. They have kids at home crying. Those people at the top probably have 6 wives, probably have 10, 12 girlfriends, husbands, whatever it is. Going on plane to Epstein Island, figure it out. But this is what's happening, right? And everybody's okay with it if you're at the top and you know somebody at the top, right? I am so against the people at the top. You have no idea. You have no idea. And I'll never, ever sell out or be like them. Never. All I want is to grow in a field. I want to grow in swamps. I want to grow on the tops of mountains. I don't want anything else. I don't even really want to be around people too much. Like hot chicks, maybe the odd dude who knows how to work and get stuff done. No pussies. Like I grew up really learning the ropes of life, right? And it got me to where I am today. You can choose to do what you like in life, but I made sure to do what I like in life, right? And nothing is easy. Don't be like, oh, this is the easiest way for me to have a life. Don't think like that. I took absolutely 100%. I took the absolute hardest path in life that I could have taken. The hardest. I took the most nightmare difficulty you could ever imagine. And I crushed it. I crushed it. It makes my heart flutter thinking about how absolutely wild my life has been. Wild. But I chose it. I picked it. I made I dated this really, really hot chick. Okay, I was very young, way over 20 years ago. Way over. I've been with my wife for 18, 19 years, whatever it is, but way before my wife. And this chick really loved me, and I think I cheated on her like 9 times, 9 or 10 times, and she didn't. She would be like, "Yo, did you?" I'd be like, "Yeah, totally." I didn't lie, and she's like, "Oh, why?" And I was like, "I don't know. It was just she just like jumping on me, and I didn't resist. What was I supposed to do? Look like I'm not into chicks, right?" So, and yeah, I mean, I was that kind of guy, right? I shouldn't say I am. I was that kind of guy that was like, oh yeah, let's just. But I was like a fun-loving guy. I wasn't like doing it to hurt anyone's feelings. I wasn't married. I never had like, we weren't living together. We weren't like there wasn't a lot of like continuous daily it was like more like on the weekends, right? We would hang out and chill and bang and whatever. But holy crow, man, 9 or 10 times, and this chick was so hot, and she was at. I remember she would say, "Well, you made your bed, now you lie in it," and I hated when she would say that, but it's so true. Whatever, like if you are at fault, you got to sleep in that shitty bed. So, but I strongly believe that there's a lot of people who are good people who are kind of just barely hanging on to good. That's why I don't really want to hang out with too many people, because it's that messed up out there in the world, right? So we lost all our saved data for some reason. Which, I mean, it's not I'm not like worried about it, but we had lots of stuff going on in the game. We had some extras. We were able to start the round with like good stuff. Hey, man, we don't have any of that. That's wild. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if this is. Yeah, we have a headset for this. This was probably the headset that came with. I don't know. No, I bought this separate. We have 4 or 5 headsets. I don't like headsets. Oh, this one hurts my head already. Maybe if I put it here. That's the side I was crushed my head on, though. That's why, I guess. I don't like any pressure on that side of my head. See what we got here. Man, this is too tight on me. I got a big head, too. You can't adjust this thing? Oh, you can make it smaller, but yeah, I'm on the biggest setting. Ah, that's awesome. Yeah, I got a huge head. That's probably why my wife loves me so much. She's sick. When I go walking, I strut my stuff. I am so strong out. We have one baby tiny orange left. Look at the size of this orange. I mean, I have big hands, but I don't have high cholesterol, so my hands aren't swollen or anything. I have good blood pressure and all that, so I don't have inflammation. You guys do know about the human body, don't you? If your body swells up, it's a sign you have a weak heart. But there's other signs too. Your hairline, where you go bald, at what age, that determines how weak your heart is. I played so many sports as a kid. I used to hold my breath. I used not deep sea swimming, but I used to dive underwater and swim since I was 3 or 4. And I would look around. I used to swim with a mask on, flippers and a mask. I would swim against the current. I did some cool stuff when I was a kid, man. I'm gonna do it all again, but I honestly, that's like the only thing I wish. Like, I'm old now, right? But I think as you get really old, I think you then start thinking about having a kid, right? I don't want kids. Like, I won't ever. I love kids, but I don't want to. I want to sleep in my own bed. I don't want to be woken up by my cat. I don't want to be woken up by kids. I don't want to be woken up by my neighbors. Someone's gonna get pounded, and it ain't gonna be my cat or my kids. But if my neighbors are too loud, I can't make any promises. You know what I'm saying? Teasing. But I don't discriminate. I'll pound out anybody who's an adult with a big mouth on them, and you think you're tough, I'll pound you out. I got a lot more chill since I've been with my wife, but boy, back in the day, I basically lived sideways. If I was coming at you sideways, you knew something was up and you were in big trouble. Nothing you could do now to stop it. You know what I'm saying? And man, I can't even express how many big dudes are used to. In my lifetime, I had so many big dudes try and come at me. Because I call them out on their lies, right? I'd be like, no, you're lying. That's a lie. I do know, and I know I can take them, right? So I'll say it, and I'll let them swing and all this, and when they see how slow they are, boy, do they realize how much trouble they're in. Then they're huffing and puffing, right? You got no idea. Ah. When I go walking, I strut my stuff. I get them so strung out. Like a blister in the sun, let me go. Big hands, I know you're the one. Man, I wish there was different levels. These I don't like these. This level is really fun, but I don't. The other levels I don't like. Like you made 4 new levels of zombies, and I only barely like one of them. Like it's just they. What happened to the makers of zombies? Did they leave Earth? Did they go to Middle Earth? I have so many questions.